Welcome to another Justin and Joe Wrestling Spectacular Show YouTube channel unboxing or unpackaging of wrestling shirts. Today we're looking at 4 shirts from ProWrestlingTees.com, one of my favorite websites on the planet, certainly my favorite place to get wrestling shirts from. This is where you're going to get your New Japan, AEW, or just independent wrestlers shirts, and depending on who you ask, but from what I've seen, about 35 cents on every dollar you spend on a shirt there is going to go right to that wrestler for AEW New Japan, or those indie guys and gals who really need that help right now with all this quarantining. It's just killed their bookings. So let's take a look at the shirts. There's the 1 Hour Tees bag. I mean, they're the parent company, or where it all started for Pro Wrestling Tees. They stuck this in my mailbox. It was a tight fit. All right, let's take a look. First, care instructions. Turn your shirt inside out. Wash on cold, gentle cycle. Don't use fabric softener or bleach. Use a low heat setting on your dryer, or dry for 15 minutes, then hang dry. I don't do the turning of my shirts inside out. They've all lasted just fine, but if you want to go for it, I do all these other things, and they last a long time. I wear these shirts, and they do great. First up, Jon Moxley. He has a lot of shirts on there. This is one of about, 8 or 12 designs. There's a little bit of white on there, but that's just some dust or something from the printing process. So this is going to be a really simple one on the front. Just that little symbol there with the cool M and X circle, sort of paint splattered with the barbed wire running through it. That's neat. Not a lot going on there, but a nice high quality shirt. As always, they use Gildan on a lot of their shirts. That's a nice shirt. It's going to feel a little stiff right off the bat, but that's just from their printing process. As you wash it, it'll be a lot nicer, feel a lot nicer. This is just the standard shirt. I haven't gotten a lot of their super soft shirts. I got a couple. They're real nice, but I don't need them. I think it's neat. Let's take a look at the back here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. There's that design. You got Jon Moxley right there, the M and the X throughout, and then the Moxley on the back. I don't have a whole lot of shirts with designs on the back. When I was young, I had a bunch of them. They just don't do as many for wrestling shirts right now, but this looks neat. There's some intentional splatter around there, again, to make it look more rugged or extreme. Don't know, but that is pretty tight. Yeah, that's good. You can see the design is really in there, not just sort of pasted on, but actually in the fabric. That's good. That means it's going to last a real long time. All right, this is shirt 1 of, I was wrong, 5. I got 5 shirts. Let's take a look at the others. From the AEW champ to the AEW tag champs, or one of them, at Hangman Page. This is neat. I love the color on this shirt. It's sort of a dark blue, a navy blue. Again, it's Gildan, a high quality shirt, and there's that symbol on the front. Oof, that is neat. The idea is that it's sort of like a belt buckle because, you know, he's a cowboy. That is neat. There you got him on the front on his horse there. You saw that at the Stadium Stampede. Couple AEW logos on there as well. It's just neat looking. Again, their printing process for Pro Wrestling Tees really gets the printing in there in the fabric, so that's going to last a while, especially if you turn it inside out when you're washing it. But yeah, just cool. Hangman has a ton of designs to choose from on his Pro Wrestling Tees store. I went with this one. I love the cowboy-ish ones, but I can't go walking around with a t-shirt with cursing on it. I'm a dad, for crying out loud. But this is neat, yeah. Again, I love the color of the shirt and the design on the front. Really cool. All right, Hangman, future megastar, current star. More AEW and AEW tag teams, and I am really pumped about this one. An FTR shirt, not a Revolt shirt, but it does say Fear the Revolt. Again, Gildan shirt, just a standard shirt for pro wrestling tees, a black classic look, and look at that symbol. That is sweet. You got the R and the V there for the Revolt, circle around it. Really cool logo, not too overdone. There is some sort of little bit of fuzz right there that'll wash out. If I know anything though about pro wrestling tees, it's not going to be something that'll peel off very quickly. But yeah, that's in there pretty good. You might start to see some cracking after a few washes. Probably not. If you turn it inside out, it'll last longer. But that cracking is okay. It'll just sort of make it more agile. Heck, I don't know the word. But bottom line, it's a cool shirt. These guys, when they were the Revival in WWE, really wanted to get one of their shirts, but they just didn't do much for me there. And then they got buried, and I'm like, well, I'll just wait for them to land wherever they're going to land, get their shirts in. And I did, and I'm glad I did, because this looks awesome. Look at that. That is a really, really neat design. I'll be proud to wear that. And it's funny because obviously there's another tag team on the indies called the Revolt. Kind of surprised that they still had this shirt, but as you've seen, they're now FTR, and they're sort of changing that to mean whatever it means week to week, depending on their feud or storyline. When they first got out of WWE, though, it made sense. Fear the Revolt, and they're sort of revolting against that machine, that thumb that they were under for so long. This is neat. This looks great. Keeping the AEW tag team theme going, the best friends. Nothing on the back. Oh, this is neat. I was gonna get that one that they have, the white t-shirt, sort of the logo with them and Orange Cassidy, but I already have an Orange Cassidy shirt, and I don't like to double up. This is neat. Now, a slightly different shirt maker this time. This is a Hanes, and this is tagless, unlike those other ones. They were Gildan with a tag. It's fine, but sort of a cool standard blue. Just fine. I like when wrestling shirts are not black. A lot of black shirts out there, but let's take a look at the logo. This is just awesome. The best friends, Trent and Chuck. You can see a really cool sort of cartoony type picture of them just frolicking through the meadow / wrestling ring. You got the cloud and the rainbow. Oh, best friends. But this is just part of who they are. I think it really shows their character as far as being fun and fun-loving, great characters. But these guys can really go in the ring. Huge fans of them, and I'm glad that they landed in AEW on a big promotion. That is awesome, and an awesome shirt. Let's take a look at the actual printing. Again, the Pro Wrestling Tees really gets it in there. It's sort of it's pretty thick, so after a while might start to crack just a little. You can turn it inside out to help with that, but even with the cracking, it's not going to be super noticeable. Just if you bend the shirt, you might see some of those cracks show up, but from far away you won't be able to notice, or just even from a normal distance. But that is great. Looks great. Love the shirt. Be proud to wear it. Go best friends. And finally, the only non-AEW wrestler we got, RJ City. This guy is just amazing. If you don't follow him on Twitter, please do. The shirt, again, standard white, Gildan. They make a good shirt. A little bit of fuzz there, but it's on the inside. No big deal. Let's take a look at The design, I love this because it's like an old sort of either romance novel type or just, 30s sort of movie type, like Pulp Fiction-ish. Could be any of that. It's RJ City. Attack of the Killer Charisma. The lettering is a little fuzzier than I would like, but the picture looks great. And obviously, it's a bit Photoshop, but not too much. Just looks spectacular, very eye-catching. I'm not wild about it just being on a white shirt, but I think it's cool. Obviously, didn't want to make it too busy because there's a lot going on here on the front with the design, and it's neat. It says a lot about RJ City, that he's sort of a wrestler, definitely an entertainer, but absolutely charismatic. He can just do it all. Very entertaining, and yeah, I love to rep him on this shirt, and I think that this is a great representation of his character. So here we are, my 5 shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees. AEW champ Jon Moxley. Boy, did WWE miss out on this guy. Just really goes in there and gives it his all in the ring. I saw him on a house show one time. He's just a superstar on dark shows as well. Just gives it his all in the ring. The best friends, just great characters, really fun. Experts at getting themselves over in different ways, so love to rep them. Hangman Page, I wasn't too sure about him from the outset, but his character work lately has just gotten into that next level, I think. Just really fun. When he did that run in with a beer, had Matt hold his beer, then hit his finisher, then get out of the ring, drink some beers, and get out of there. Spectacular. RJ City, this guy can do it all. He's going to land somewhere huge soon, but hopefully wherever he lands, they still allow him to be who he is. Wrestler, entertainer, jack of all trades. Really interesting. Really just a different, unique guy. And I'm glad that the FTR, formerly the Revival, formerly the Revolt, for a moment, have landed in AEW. They're a great fit there. That's where you're going to go for the best tag team wrestling on the planet. And hopefully the Revolt maybe got a little money from this shirt as well. So there they are, the shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees. Great as always. I'll certainly go back to them. And yeah, in one of my future videos, I'll also show you my entire wrestling t-shirt collection, and I can show you sort of how some of these Pro Wrestling Tees shirts have held up. They hold up pretty good. Again, to if you wear them a lot. I don't wear them a lot. I sort of go through a rotation, so I'm only wearing a shirt about, since I have 90 of them, about once every 3 months. So they're not getting a whole lot of wear, so they're not going to wear down as quickly. But these wear well if you take care of them, wash them cold, turn them inside out, dry them on low. There's a plane overhead. They found me, so I will wrap this up. If you want to hear me, Justin Core, and Joe Paris talk a little bit more about pro wrestling and maybe a little bit of pro wrestling shirts, just click on that link there in the details in the description. And next time I buy some wrestling shirts, I'll unbox and unpackage those for you so you can take a look at all those. But for now, goodbye and happy shirt buying.